Okay, this is going to be our sixth session of Dragon of Icespire Peak. And because I'm a bad DM, I did not go through and make notes from last week. I completely slipped my mind. So I'm just going to do a recap off the top of the head, and if I forget anything, you guys can remind me. But essentially, when we started up the session last week, you guys were still at Butterskull Ranch. You were in the basement there where Big Al had been tied up to a chair previously, and you guys had already untied him and everything, and basically asking him, how he's doing and all this kind of thing. And he was super appreciative to be let out of his bonds and offered you guys some rewards if you could go get his prized cow, Petunia. Of course, the rewards that he offered fell on deaf ears somewhat because you guys had already found the armor and all the gold in his office. But nevertheless, being the good adventurers that you are, you did go out and search for his cow, and you found it right away, so you didn't have to spend a bunch of time looking for it. When you headed out of Butterskull Ranch, you made a quick stop by the barn and found all the dead bodies, the ranch hands that had been just torn apart and killed by the orc invasion. And there were a couple of dead orcs in there as well, so it looks like the ranch hands had at least gotten a swing at a couple of them. Then you traveled back to Phandalin, and when you got back there, you went and saw town master, the town master, and he paid you guys for completing the quest, and immediately offered you a bunch of new quests, like he always does. And so it's a lot easier to do this when I make notes. But in short, the next thing you guys did was went to the loggers camp to take a bunch of provisions that Barthen had given to you, and those provisions were being carried by an ox named Vincent. And the travel to loggers camp was pretty uneventful. You did have a little bit of trouble in Neverwinter Woods with navigation because the woods can be a bit tricky, but for the most part, you got through with no issue whatsoever. You did have this weird encounter where you came into a clearing and this big boar was kind of standing in your path, glaring at you guys, but whatever its purpose wasn't really clear. When you started taking sort of action against the boar, it just turned around and ran, so that was a bit weird. Eventually, you did get into loggers camp, and you went quickly to the cabin that you saw. And when you got really close to the cabin, you just heard this wood sound cracking and bursting from underneath the cabin, and this creature come through. And eventually, you found out it was called an ankeg or ankeg, and you fought it off with no problem whatsoever. And when you went into the office, you found this shriveled up man hiding in the corner, and you found out that was Tybor Wester, the brother-in-law, I believe, of Harbin Wester from Phandalin. Upon further exploration of the camp, you found a bunch of tents and sleeping bags and such, and a lot of them were had been eaten away. They were corroded by acid. And when you pushed further down into the camp, 3 more ankegs just burst up from under the ground, like this volcanic eruption of sand that just burst out. And the big battle ensued. And it was a pretty tough fight for you guys, actually. So up to this point, you've pretty much been taking things down without issue. But the 3 ankegs all at the same time put up quite a fight. They took Oz down once, I think. And they at the very end of the battle, when 2 ankegs had been killed, the one that was remaining unfortunately completely killed Quinn. Just snapped his head right off after he'd already been beaten down very badly. So hashtag rip Quinn. So that's basically where we left it off at. So let me go ahead and put you guys back over on the Butterskull, no, not Butterskull, Loggers Camp page. And let me zoom out here to figure out a better angle. So yeah, and one of the last things that had happened was Sept had gone around the camp and found some sleeping bags that could be used to wrap up Quinn's body and tie him up, and Donabella was very shaken by the events that had unfolded. And Oz and Xandro had gone back to the cabin and got Tybor, who has just completely freaked out, almost cowardly. In fact, he's just so scared of everything that's been going on. And I think at this point, you guys pretty well have the wagon packed up, and are getting ready to head out, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
All right.
Gonna head out as soon as possible.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. So basically, there's no need to leave the provisions here because there's nothing in this camp except death, and perhaps more ankegs coming in. So yeah, you guys get in the cart, pack it up, and give Vincent the swat on the rear to get him going. And I don't remember who last rolled, so I'll just start left to right again. Xandro, if you want to roll a d20 as you guys head out.
Oh yeah. Boom, 13.
All right, let's see what 13 means.
Lucky 13. Hell yeah.
Have I told you guys what these d20s are for?
I know what they're for. I
Is
don't
it
know if
because
you
of
want.
the dragon?
Some form of big encounter.
Yeah, basically, I don't think it's too much of a secret, but it's rolling to find out what the current location of the dragon is, and right now he's not going to bother you guys.
Sweet.
So you can peacefully head out of Loggers Camp and get back out onto the trail. So that being the case, let me just put you out onto the overworld map. And so, since you're leaving Loggers Camp, you're going into the Neverwinter Woods again. So you will again need to make some checks. Let me think about this for 1 second, though. I'm trying to remember what time of day it was when you guys got there. I think it was late.
It was definitely evening because I didn't have to roll any disadvantages.
Yeah, so I imagine you'll probably only be able to make a couple checks before you'll need to settle down for the night. You can travel through the night, but you have to make those checks with disadvantage, and it's a more difficult challenge, so it'll be up to you guys. I believe it was Sept that has the highest wisdom in your party.
Yeah,
That sounds
now,
about right.
after the ability score increase, I now have a +4.
All right.
Decent.
So I'm gonna say you can go 2 checks tonight before you want to settle down, and if unless you want to risk going at night again, that'll be up to you. But for now, just go ahead and make 2 DC 10 checks, wisdom.
It'll be like survival wisdom. Doesn't matter, the same.
Okay. Yep.
Play.
Yep. You nailed that one. So that'll get you through the first block of the woods. And that
11.
barely gets you through
Oh.
the second block, but you do make it through without any problem. So
Thank
after
God.
traveling for a little while, it's starting to get near sunset. And for the sake of like roleplay purposes, I can say that second roll, maybe you're having a little bit more time navigating as the sun's getting lower there. So do you guys want to settle down for the night?
I think it's probably best if we do.
Yeah, I just cleanse, bundle the body, and just look at the rest of the party and say, "You really into town? Might be
What was
best
that?
just
Cut
to
out a
bury
bit.
him out here."
I'm sorry, guys. I didn't really know Queen that well, so I'm okay with whatever you guys decide.
Xandro's staying silent, staying by the carriage, like leaning up against the carriage, just looking at the ground.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Donabella is kind of still really shaken up from everything because it's still the same day. She doesn't quite know what to make of it, but she just looks at you and Sept and says, "Yeah, I think that I think he might have wanted it that way, to have been put to rest near the place where he was taken down. That sounds like something Quinn would have wanted."
Did he have family?
So terrible DM, I don't know, and I'm not going to try to invent that off the top of my head. But I'll say that, or actually, I guess I will try to invent it off the top of my head. I'm going to say that he was a bit of a lone traveler, but even though he was a halfling, so I'm sure he had family and lots of extended family. But to whatever extent he had contacts, you don't know. You haven't met him. You haven't known him long enough to get into a lot of detail about his family. So you could take his body back to Phandalin if you want and try to make contact somehow, or sort of like climbing Mount Everest. If you die on the mountain, you get buried on the mountain. It's up to you guys.
I'm just saying, like, out of character, the townsfolk might be a bit freaked out by, bringing a dead body into town. But,
It's not the first time a group of adventurers have brought a dead body into town.
true. But at the same time, in character, Seth probably would want to bury him in, like, a proper graveyard. Let him, like, an actual funeral, instead of just burying him out in the middle of the woods.
Donabella just hears all this conversation going on and she can't take it. She starts crying and she walks away a few steps and kind of sits next to a tree and puts her arms kind of crossed and on her knees and lays her head down and just starts crying. She can't take it. She can't be responsible for the decision.
I think someone should talk to her.
I'm gonna set up camp. I say as I go and gather the supplies for setting up a camp.
I'm afraid I'm not exactly the best with emotions, so...
Oh boy, does that mean it's me?
You drew the short
Unless you
straw.
want Fuckface McGee to be doing it, I'll point to
Tybor.
Ivor, that's his name. As a point to Tybor.
And he just looks up. He's like, "Huh? What? Huh? Where you guys going? Huh? I'm
Oh, I
not
forgot he
staying
was
here by
with us.
myself."
Alright. I'm basically just gonna try to... You know what? Never mind. I'm just gonna leave the corpse in the wagon for now. Yeah, I guess it will just awkwardly walk up to
Donabella.
Donabella. Almost call her Donatello for some reason.
I think I called her Donatella like 3 or 4 times in the first game.
Yeah.
It's like she's not a Ninja Turtle.
Oh, wish. That'd be so cool.
We need a turtle in this party. Anyways, I just walk up to her and I just take a seat next to her and I just tell her, if you need to just let it all out, your emotions, your regrets, I am here. Your secret, any secrets, troops that you want to tell me, anything you want, just tell me.
So she lifts her
I'll
head
keep
up off
it-
her knees and kind of wipes her entire arm across her eyes, and she just says, "Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. It's just I'm not normally this weak. It's just we've had just no problems. I've never had any problems. The worst thing that's ever happened to me is being tied up for a few minutes by a spider, and I've just never, in all of my adventuring time, and especially with you guys, it's just we just go through places like gods, and we just cut down these things, and it's like it's not even a thing. And to see these huge maw. I'm gonna have nightmares for the rest of my life.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. In this life that you choose, you don't get to choose whether you want to face horrors or not. Sometimes the horrors will just come to you. Sometimes those horrors will lead to the day. Other times, you beat these horrors, drive them back into the darkness they came. This, what happened to Clint was unfortunate, but sometimes you just have to accept that things won't always go your way. We are not gods. We are merely mortals who, yes, might be stronger than most, but at the same time, we are all, at the end of the day, killable.
I know that we all die, and it's just that I just have this naive notion that I'm gonna die like Graham did, just lying peacefully, surrounded by family, old, and just Quinn. All I can see every time I close my eyes is just snap. And she kind of does this like pincer motion with her hands, and is mimicking like the last second where he was like decapitated, and with that she just like shakes her head sort of and stands up and just walks back over to the group. But as she's walking, she stops and turns, and she's just like, I can't think about this anymore. I've got to do something. I've got to get myself busy. And she starts going back to the camp and just preparing like a meal or something.
Very well. And Zip will just join her.
Alrighty, so you guys gonna bed down?
We're gonna keep one of us will keep watch, at least one of us.
I'll keep watch.
And then I'll keep the second watch.
Okay, and you guys are the 4-hour sleepers?
Yep.
Yes.
Alright, cool. Alright, yeah,
And I
so...
will take third if I have to.
Okay. Yeah, and Donabella, of course, she'll keep somebody company for a little bit here and there as she can, but she'll need her full night's rest otherwise. And Tybor's useless. But, yep, you guys have an uneventful night, and you get all your spell points back and fully healed up after the long rest with no issues, according to the book.
Sweet.
Alright.
So yeah, the next morning comes, and you guys probably wake up and greet the morning and get the camp packed up, I assume.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. I want to leave as
Definitely.
fast as possible.
All right, yeah.
Yeah. Sep just wants to get back to town, so he can carry on for business.
Yeah, Tibor,
Good.
he's got the same look about him, and like as soon as it's light out, he's ready to go. He doesn't want to be in these woods.
Yeah, and, get clean buried properly in town.
All right, so let's jump through the woods here. Make 4 more wisdom checks.
20,
Perfect.
22,
Wow.
21,
Jesus.
20.
Excellent. Yeah,
And that's all your good rolls for the session.
Oh dear.
Enjoy them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So with Sep's
Sep is gonna,
guidance,
Sep's gonna try to revive someone. He's at least stabbing him in the throat now.
yeah, with Sep's guidance, you guys pretty much bolt through the woods like like a horse on thunder or something like that. You just zip through with no problem. And in fact, you probably even make it out a little faster than you might have otherwise. So you get to the edge of the Neverwinter Woods, and you're able to travel the rest of the way back to Phandalin. You will arrive a bit later in the evening, but yeah, you will be able to get there that same day. So let's have Sept roll a d20 This is just a regular D20 this time, not a survival. This is just to see where the dragon's at.
20.
Wow.
Let's see, where's that?
It fucking hates us.
Man.
Boy, you guys have got lucky on this dragon. He's way away. Let me just double check that, but I'm pretty sure I know where that location's at. Yeah, he's way away. You guys don't have to worry about that. Alright, so let me put you onto the Phandalin map here. Good old Phandalin. So you guys, you're coming down the main road up here, up at the north, past Tribor Trail, past, you know, Barthen's Provision, kind of that way. And it's late, but or I mean it's getting late, but you know the sun's there's still light in the sky basically. But so what are you gonna do?
I'm just gonna go. Did we saw like a graveyard in town anywhere? Like, will we know something like that?
That's a good question. I don't actually think Phandalin
There's not one in
has.
Phandalin.
Yeah, I don't think there's one marked, at least not officially. And you guys could
Unless you want to make one.
Yeah, you could probably do like a makeshift thing. Maybe have people meet around the Shrine of Luck and then do some sort of makeshift burial, maybe out beyond Outerly Farm or something.
I was thinking like maybe over here in the town green.
Yeah, that's why I used it. So
Okay, yeah, that would make sense. Yeah.
Or like maybe out the hills over here.
All right. So where's your first stop? You gonna take the ox back to Barthen's or?
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna go to Barfin's and just knock at the door, see he's there. Well, I say it's a freaking shop. I don't have to knock at the door. I walk in and I see Barfin, and I just tell him, we're gonna have to borrow your ox for like another 20 minutes, maybe.
Oh yeah, why's that? He is in there.
Well,
Can't figure out where Barthen is.
we have something that we'll rather not have townsfolk see in the open.
You run into a bit of trouble out on the trail.
Well, yeah, there's like nobody else in the shop besides the party, right?
Yeah, he's just pretty much shutting things down for the night, locking up doors.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just tell him. You remember the halfling that we traveled with, Glenn?
Oh yeah, I remember that little guy. Happy little fella.
Well, he's in Yondalla's embrace now. He didn't make it.
Oh,
We were hoping
he's
to.
dead?
Yes, we were hoping to give him a makeshift burial in town without any of the townspeople noticing, or at the very least, have it go by quietly. So I'm just asking to borrow your cart so we can keep his body hidden until we find the appropriate place
Of
to bury him.
course, absolutely, of course. No questions asked. I'm very sorry to hear that. I mean, yeah, these things happen from time to time. The adventurers come through, and sometimes they don't always come back. And he kind of bows his head out of respect for a moment.
Well, I will say one thing. He died protecting his friends, so if that matters to you, I don't know, but it's something.
Of course, it's always nice to hear that honorable people have an honorable death. Very sorry you didn't make it.
Yeah. Oh, you don't happen to have. Let me see. Ceremony. You don't happen to have some powdered silver, do you?
Out of character, what is it called?
It's a spell called ceremony. It basically lets the cleric do like holy things like great holy water, anointing marriage.
But you said you needed
Welcome someone to like the order.
some sort of
Yeah,
silver.
like 25 gold worth of silver, and I could like do like a proper burial with it.
So he says, well, if you need some silver pieces ground down, I can certainly do that. I don't think I carry any ground up silver on any kind of normal basis. In fact, I'm sure I don't. Wouldn't have much use for something like that. But
Oh,
I can certainly grind down the silver for you.
oh, that will certainly work. And
All right.
I just pull 25 gold out of my bag and just slap it on the table.
So yeah, he just grabs the bag and he's like, yeah, I can take care of that. I'll be right back with you. And he goes back in the back. And after a few minutes go by, you hear just this sort of mechanical, grindy, screechy sound and a bit of like panting. It sounds like he's putting a lot of like muscle into this and maybe even a crossword here and there. And he's grinding and grinding. And it takes him quite a while actually, but eventually he comes back out. He's got like some sweat on his brow and he's to put this dust now, this silver dust, which he did a really good job grinding it down. He puts it into sort of a, I guess, some sense like a not plastic, but not like cotton, because if it was cotton, the silver would just stick to the sides and perhaps fall through. Maybe like a cowhide or something like that. So that the dust is collected nicely into this pouch, and he hands it back to you, and he just says, here you go. Is there anything else I can do for you?
That's all I need.
Well, all right. You take your time with that cart. I'm gonna head out for the night, but if you can either come back by later and tie Vincent up in the back, or just bring him back in the morning, whatever. No rush. You guys do what you have to do about your friend.
Understandable. Uh, yeah, then Seth is gonna just leave the store.
All right.
I'm gonna barge out as well.
Me too.
Put you guys back out onto the Phandalin map, if I can find it. Too many maps. There we are.
I'm gonna head over to the cart. Let's go. You point at
Tibor.
Torin?
Tibor.
Tibor. Keep forgetting his fucking name. You get out.
He just happily complies, and Tibor just jumps out. Let me bring his little thing out here if I can find it. And he just starts heading to the town master hall. So I'm not even gonna bother with his token. He just heads out and just goes down.
I'm following him.
Oh, you're gonna follow him down.
Yes, I'm following close behind him.
All right, yeah. Let me figure out where his token's at. One second. He is not a player. It's not a creature. Where in the world did I put his token at? So yeah, he goes down and knocks on the door of the town master, and you guys are pretty familiar with how this whole thing works. But eventually, the town master comes to the door and it's like, yeah, what do you want? You can hear all this, and Tibor is, it's like, it's me. And he's trying to struggle with this word, and town master's eventually like, oh, yeah, I recognize you, you sniveling coward. What do you want? He's like, pot calling the kettle black.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
Yeah. But where in the world did I put that token at? But eventually, the door opens.
Wow.
I'm gonna hold him back a little bit, just push him behind me. I'm just gonna stare at the Townmaster dead in the eye, emotionless.
Oh,
I'm with this stuff.
and he looks at you. He pretty well knows what you look like. I mean, he's seen you a little bit through the door cracks once or twice, and he's just like, he's confused, but he's like, what happened?
I hold up my hand.
What do you want?
What do you think I want? The fucking money.
What
Piece
happened?
of
He
shit.
says again.
Oh, all his friends died. Our friend. A lot of things died, and I'm not in your fucking mood for your shit.
Why is
Give me the-
Tybor here? Why you're supposed to use the job was to take the provisions up to Loggers Camp, not bring Tibor back here.
Well, there's no
Oh,
one
well,
there
we
now.
did. And then everyone fucking died.
They're
Oh,
all
I
dead.
also bring out the thing that he signed and hand it to him. He's like, there you go, that's signed. That's our payment then, isn't it?
Good Lord. He's just taken back. He's like, okay, you did the job. Great. Tibor's here. Whatever. What happened? Everybody died. Can you just fill me in here a little bit?
The massive fuck off bugs. They can like snap their like. He won't stand out there.
Adventures, I swear. And he doesn't even close the door. He just walks inside and goes into the back, kind of behind another door, and gets out the coins and brings them over and starts. This time he doesn't have to slide them under the door, so he just hands you this bag. He's like, count it if you want.
And just snatch them off him, start slowly counting them. Well, not slowly, but subtly, is what I meant.
Yeah. And Tibor just goes inside, basically. He just goes into the town master's hall and not even invited. Just like, I'm staying here.
And you better open the fucking door for us from now on. Yeah? You know what we look like now? You know we're not fucking dragons. So open that door.
You bring my family around, I'll definitely have the door open, even if it is this brat. He kind of motioning to Tibor as he says that. Anything else I can do for you?
Come to the funeral.
Cut out there for me. I don't know if it did for you guys. I couldn't hear.
I think it was come to the funeral.
Ding dong. Yeah, come
yeah.
to the funeral.
Yeah, it's a delivery. I don't have to get that. They'll just leave it at the door. So he's like, what funeral?
Quinn's. A halfling. Our little friend. Died saving his ass. I'll point over to his brother.
And his brother's just like, yeah, these guys saved me. I was a goner for sure.
If it weren't for him, he'd be dead. I'll be bursting down your door. So you'd be dead as well. So you can come to his funeral.
When you having this funeral?
I'll look over to Sept.
Oh, I'm not there. I'm looking for a place
I'll look
to
over to Oz.
Oz, I think we're having it as soon as possible, but having it now.
Is it cutting out for everybody, or is it just me? Maybe it's my connection.
It's me too. This
Yeah,
board
I'll
being
come for me as
slow.
well.
Alright.
Sorry, am I cutting out?
It could.
It's cutting out for me, for everybody. It might be my end. I'm not sure.
You just come out and I can. Yeah, I think mine is a bit terrible.
Oh, you know what? I have one red bar on Discord, so I'm gonna
Hello? Oops. Oh, is that better?
Oh, okay. I'm back up to three bars.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm back to 3 bars now.
I have 3 bars now. I looked down at Discord.
What's been up with Discord? It's been like consistently really shit for like the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, up your game, Discord.
All right. Well, hopefully it's good now. If not, we can maybe just disconnect and reconnect again. But
Okay.
anyway, the town master Xandro, as you're talking to him, he says, by the way, you you adventuring types, there was somebody around here looking for a group recently. They've been hanging out at the Stonehill Inn. I told them about you guys, and he's or she rather. He's like, she's just been asking about a job and won't give me any details about it. But I don't know if you adventuring types are interested in whatever they have to say. But if so, look her up when you get to the Stonehill.
I'll
What's the
think
name?
about it.
What's the name?
I don't know. Didn't bother to ask.
What does she look like?
She looks a bit androgynous, sort of a male female combination.
Okay.
She wears
Oh, so like
she wears a hat, like a cowboy hat almost.
Oh, that hat's gonna be mine.
So, I guess it's established that Xandro has a type.
Okay, so we'll keep an eye out for her.
Yeah, and as he says that, or as you kind of make that some sort of comment, Xandro, the town master, he does look at you and he's like, "Oh yeah, she might be your type. She's your type." Meaning,
Hey,
like he's referring to your pointy ears.
right.
Hmm.
All right. Anyway, let's get on with this funeral so I can catch my beauty
Yeah.
sleep.
True fucking right.
You
And I
definitely.
sort of like step out of the way and wait for them to go first.
I was gonna say you definitely need some beauty sleep.
Oof.
So Tybor is just he's unless you guys drag him over there, he's just gonna go inside.
No, I'm gonna fucking drag him over there as well.
All right. I can imagine like you guys dragging him over to the town green. And I don't actually have a token for Harbin, but I might be able to use this one. Let me try that again.
Oh, I made like a old man token for the Halloween one shot. If you want to use that.
We'll just theater the mind his token because
Okay, fair enough.
I am going off script a little bit by letting him even come out. Because anyway.
Hey, calling off script is like the half a DM, and
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys get over to the town green and the town master, he's over there and he says, you guys are welcome to pick a plot there and however you want to do it. And he's like, do you want me to get any of the townspeople or do you just want this to be a private ceremony?
do you know if Clinton had any friends or family in town?
You adventuring types, you come and go. I don't know. I don't know much about your business. I kind of prefer to keep it that way. The little halfling, I don't know. I think you guys know him far better than I did.
Well, suppose this is enough then.
All right. So, do you guys have any words prepared? Do you want me to try to lead the ceremony, or
I don't know. I'm the closest thing to a clergy here,
by all
and
means?
yeah, and I basically direct everybody to dig a hole into the ground.
Yeah, Osmond will definitely chip in to dig in the hole, the grave.
Yeah.
Tibor will stand by being as useless as he possibly can be and still get away with it.
Can I cast command and force them to help?
I think, yeah, you could probably cast dig, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Dick.
Hey, sometimes doing bad things have good reasons. And that's going to be a DC 14 freaking wisdom save.
All right, so let me double check.
Yeah, I'm assuming this man's not too wise, right?
I think he just has a commoner block, actually. Let me just double check.
Oh, so he's just like 10 then. He always is a +0 then.
Yeah, okay, there it is. So he
He
passes.
passes.
Wow. Wow.
Oh fuck. Oh well.
So you like look at him and point and say dig, and he's like, dig yourself.
I will send you back up there. Feed you to those bugs myself.
Roll intimidation.
Oh no.
Can I assist him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I will like I'll assist him by like making like sacred flame appear behind his head.
Oof.
Oh yeah. So with the intimidation, you get with the assist, you get the 19. So he just looks at you, Xandro, and almost like defecates in his pants, and just immediately grabs the shovel or even his bare hands and just starts like pulling dirt out of the way.
It's fucking better.
Just like home.
Finally, after a little bit, and while Tibor is still down in the dirt, the town master's like, all right, well, I haven't got all night, so, I don't mean to rush things here, but say your words.
All right. Cleo is gonna remove the body from the cart and gently put it into the grave, placing 2 copper coins on where his eyes will be. Taking out the silver dust, he mixes it with some. Let's go with like some like fruit. Why not? And he like basically draws the symbol of the halfling goddess Yondala, which is a cornucopia, onto the corpse of Klin, and then Sepp pulls out his holy symbol and he says, "As a foreigner to your court, goddess of the harvest, I speak to you as a follower of a foreign deity, but one that still wishes for his friend's soul to go where it belongs. I pray that you accept this child of yours into your embrace and that he gets what he deserves on the other side." And basically, his entire speech goes on for like this basically goes on for like 30 minutes.
All right. So yeah, all this goes by, and at least Donabella is just really listening intently to what you're saying. Actually, maybe I should have you do like a performance or something.
I could do religion if you want.
Wouldn't it be more like performance? Because you're basically...
I mean, you're the DM, it's your rules, but
I would
argue since...
oh, go ahead.
Well, I would argue since, like, I'm, bringing up, like, deities by name and...
Yeah.
I'm, like, basically asking the gods themselves right here.
All right. Well, I'm going to say in this case, though, because we're not really trying to find out anything about religion. You're kind of more doing this clergy performing thing. So I just want to see how good of a job you do at it.
All right. Would they like to provide assistance? I say, never mind. I think Sep's the only one qualified to do this. Okay, well, performance. Why not? 13.
All right. So yeah, I mean, it's not bad. It's not boring anybody. Nobody is necessarily, like tapping their foot or anything like that. But it's definitely not like just reaching down and touching anybody's soul or anything like that. Having said that, Donabella she's just listening, because she's just very still caught up and emotional about this whole thing. It's really kind of been this traumatizing experience to her. And when you're finally done speaking, she just kind of says, takes a deep breath and says, you know, I don't have words like these other guys do, but I just want everybody here to know, and Quinn, I want your soul to know this. I've never had a family like you guys, and I wish your soul has peace. I hope that your God treats you as kindly in your afterlife as you treated me in this life. I wish I had gotten to know you better. And at that, she just stops talking. Anybody else like to say anything?
No, Asmra's just gonna put his hand on Donnabella's shoulder and just so like a comforting thing, and he's gonna just be quiet.
All right. Xandro, any words? Or did we lose him again?
My bad. What was I saying? Yes, after Donnabella's words, Xandro is trying to like avoid eye contact with anybody, just looking at the floor.
All right. So the town master, after a little bit of silence, before the point that it turns into awkward silence, he steps forward and he grabs a handful of dirt and puts it in Donnabella's hand. And then he picks up another handful of dirt and he hands it to Sept, another one to Xandro, and another one to Oz. And that is just kind of a gesture to, like, you know, start covering his body, but by first doing it just by throwing a handful down. And I imagine Donnabella just kind of takes it and thinks for a moment, kind of mentally says that one last final goodbye, and then she reaches out her hand and lets the dirt fall onto his wrapped up body. What are you guys gonna do?
Yeah, Sep is just gonna help
Yeah,
his burial.
Osmeral's gonna do the same, and he's gonna wait till everyone is thrown their handful, and then he's gonna start covering up the grave.
Xandro is going to put his dirt on the pile, and before anyone else can say anything to him, he's going to march off to the inn.
All right. And Tybor, still somewhat under the influence of your intimidation, kind of immediately drops down to his knees and starts pushing handfuls at a time, like a shovel, or what do you call those things, like a street clearer machine, just scraping dirt into the hole, trying to get it covered up and be helpful for a change. All right. And then once his body is pretty well covered, Donnabella's going to follow you over to the Stonehill end. What are you guys going to do?
Once he's covered up, I'll look at Sept and say, we should go see how Xandro is.
Yeah, he's expressing his grief in a different way.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's go. Oh, on the way there, I'm gonna mention what the town master mentioned about this this person that was interested who in getting hiring us for a job. I says, but I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I just thought I'd mention it since the town master mentioned it to us. So
Tibor goes back to the town master's hall and goes inside, and you guys don't see him anymore.
Well, I suppose we can see what this person has to offer.
yeah.
So I put you guys inside the Stonehill Inn, and as we go around, I'll have to be getting rid of Quinn's token because it's probably still left on a lot of the maps.
Rip.
Shit, he's a vengeful spirit.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys come on into the Stonehill Inn, and not Tibor, but Toblin rather is back there behind the bar, and he's like, "Ah, familiar faces. How you guys doing? Welcome back."
Biggest ale you got, please.
Coming right up.
Tap.
And then at that, he just immediately starts. Is that gonna be one for all of you, or just you?
Give
What do they
me
want?
one. I'll take one as well.
Okay.
I don't usually drink it, but or at least not this much. But I feel this is an appropriate time.
All right. 5 ales coming up.
No, sorry, I'll have a wine.
4 ales and a wine coming up.
So is it 3 ales and a...
Nah, it's 4. Oh, he looks around. Where's the little guy?
It's he never made it.
And he kind of like turns, and a little bit of confusion there for a minute, and
then Osmer with his with using his eyes is gonna try and like nod his head like saying, Shh, like don't.
oh yeah.
So
Ever heard of log kegs?
On case doesn't ring a bell. Can't say that I have.
Giant insects burrow underground. Well, we encountered a few of those, and that's why our friend ain't here with us right now.
I see. And he just starts sliding your glasses up and he takes the 5th one that he was going to give to Quinn, and kind of does that like cheers thing to you guys and holds it up and goes around, and he's like, well, it's like I'm not much of an orator or anything like that, so these words may not be great, but here's to your friend, and I hope his life on the other side is better. And he just like clinks anybody that clinks with him.
Osmer will.
And he just starts drinking Quinn's drink, or what would have been given to Quinn's drink.
And Osmer gets his wine glass and he just pours it onto the ground to absent friends, and then he puts it back and says, "Sorry, can I have one?"
I missed that last part.
Oh, he gets the wine glass and he pours the wine out onto the ground, and he says, "To absent friends," and then he puts the empty wine glass on the counter and says, "Can I have one?"
Xandra goes to say something, but then he just downs his drink.
Yeah.
And goes, another.
Yeah, so he refills your drinks, and he tells you, the first round, he's like, the first round's on me, when he, does the clinking thing, and so I'm very sorry to hear about your loss, and hopefully it wasn't without meaning, and what can I say? It's unfortunately, as I see these things happen, I see, kind of repeat some of the things that Barthen said, where he mentions, he's like, I've seen, groups come and go, and they don't always make it back, and it's always a sad thing. He's like, for what it's worth, I'm glad to see you four.
Well, it's thanks to Quinn. He took the damage to save us.
Oh, that's very, very noble, very heroic, and I'm sure you guys will remember him in your hearts for the rest of your lives.
I can't forget what he did for us, for me.
So around the time, a little bit of time's gone by, you guys have had a few drinks. The door swings open in the back, not real loudly or anything. Why isn't this working? I see. And this person walks in. And I don't know if you guys happen to turn around and look or not.
Yeah, Osmer will look around, and if he sees her, he's gonna nudge Sept and Xandro slightly as he sees this person. So like, give him a little nudge to like get their attention.
Yeah, Seb looks at Sandro, and he just gives it a look that says, basically he gives you a look looked at says, "Oh, I can see why you're interested in her."
So I'm just gonna like squint like with like disappointment. Squint with disappointment back. Put the mug back on the table and stand up and look towards her.
Yeah, so you pretty well recognize the description as what the Tao Master described. You know, this female walking in, sort of this cowboy hat type of thing, and pointy ears. And when she walks in, she takes notice of you guys, but doesn't immediately come up and approach. Just comes over here and sits down at this table and has this parchment that she kind of rolls out on the table and is kind of examining it and studying it.
If Osmer catches the eye, he's gonna smile at her.
And she's gonna, you know, she's doing that thing where, you know, like somebody looks at you and they seem like they're interested in talking to you, but they're a bit unsure if it's the right time or if they, you know, they don't want to like interrupt any current conversation that's going on, that kind of thing. You get, at least that's the feeling you get.
Okay.
Right. We go up. I look over at the other
We could.
two. If she ain't gonna come to us.
And
You take the lead.
And I slap my fist down on the table, sit down, and say, "You got a job?"
Oh, yeah. Hello there. I'm glad you guys came over and started talking to me. I hope this isn't too strange, but I've been looking for you guys for the last couple days and haven't seen you around. But Town Master said there was a group of adventurers in the area, and I guess you must be them from the looks of you.
What gave it away?
And she looks at you and just well, based on, you know, what you guys are wearing and you know, there aren't too many commoners walking around with shields and swords and heavily armored, at least not around here.
Okay. She's clever. What you got for us?
I know about a place, but I can't. I don't want to go there on my own. So I was, you know, trying to find a good group, and you know, the town master, he speaks highly of you guys. She looks and sort of does that like, are they buying this thing with her eyes?
I didn't think he spoke of this at all, honestly.
Well, I mean, he told me that you were some adventurers because I come down here looking for some jobs, but Carly doesn't have anything. And in my travels, you know, I found out that west of Phandalin, on the coast, there's this old stone lighthouse, and ships get drawn to this gleaming tower like moths to a flame, and they're doomed to crash upon its rocks once they get there. And can you imagine those wrecks? They must be filled with treasure.
Sounds interesting.
I like how you think.
And just as soon as she starts talking about this, she gets really excited and she finishes unfolding this parchment out on the table, and she's pointing you guys where this is at. And let me put you on the overworld map so I can kind of show you where she's pointing to. So you should be on the overworld map now.
Yep.
Yes.
All right, I don't have this location marked, but it would be about right here, basically, like straight across from Phandalin. Yeah, pretty much straight across from Phandalin. She's pointing to this area here.
So what's in it for us apart from what we find?
I mean, treasure. Hopefully, I
I
can't.
know. I mean, apart from what we find.
I don't know what you're getting at, friend.
This is a job. You're hiring us to do this job.
I am offering you to come with me on this job. It's not even a job. It's a treasure hunt. Nobody's paying us to go there. It's just finders keepers. Whatever's there, we keep.
Okay. Oh, right.
And
I think I
I can't do it
understand.
by myself. So, and I wish I could, because I'm sure it's going to be a fortune. But
Right. Okay. Yeah, I understand. Sorry, I thought you were hiring us. That's the impression I got from the time
oh,
last time.
sorry, if I misspoke. Sometimes I'm not all that great with words. I get so excited sometimes I just lose track of what I'm thinking and saying. And
No, no, it's fine.
I mean, I guess it's a job of sorts if you want to think of it that way. It's if we go over there and we find this place, and she said, but I can't promise you guys anything. I just from the rumors I've heard, if there are ships crashing up against the shores near this area, how can there not be just
Treasure.
lots of items and treasure and who knows what? There could be gold. There could be you know
Well,
mad.
I'm up for it. If anyone else is, and I'll look at Xandro and Sept.
Just curious. What else do you know about this tower?
Uh, I'm not gonna lie. I haven't done a ton of homework. I just know that shipwrecks equal treasure. That's been my experience.
That is a good experience.
Oh,
I mean, it could be dangerous. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, who knows what'll be over there? There might be bandits that have found it before we have, and we might have to contend with them. I don't know. Well, I'm just excited to find out, but I'm not foolish enough to travel on my own.
okay. Just before we continue, who else have you spoke to about this place?
You guys are literally the only people I've told about this. I
That's
just
What
found
do you,
out. I just found out recently, and I came here to Phandalin looking for some jobs so I could meet some adventurers.
that's
And
good. I
they're
think. Yeah, the least people know about it, the better for us.
absolutely.
where did you hear these rumors from?
Here and there, she says very evasively.
Huh.
I have it on good authority. I will say that much.
Okay. I trust you for now. We can go to these ships.
I know we just met and everything, and I apologize for being so forward. It's just, I'm just excited to get started. I'm ready to leave right this second.
Then
Well,
let's leave.
Sounds good with me. Perhaps we could find some old lost wisdom that was lost to the ages there.
Oh,
Very well.
I'm hoping
I'm
for that
interested.
too. Yeah.
And that. We get first pick of the treasure, and I go in like to fist bump her.
Yeah.
I mean, it's my map.
Yeah, but you say you can't do this without us.
I tell you, how about you guys seem like pretty good people. How about let's say we split it fairly and evenly. I'm not a greedy person.
Sounds good with me.
Yeah.
60-40.
Well,
She looks at you and
we're splitting
I
it
like the way you think.
5 ways, aren't we?
We're splitting it 4 ways, and then she gets what she gets.
Okay.
Well, I've never been in a lot of money, so even a little bit will seem like a lot to me, and I have a feeling that. And then she just starts getting like practically salivating at the mouth, thinking about the ships and the treasure and everything. All right. So, are you guys gonna take her up on this, or tell her to bugger off?
No,
Yes.
we'll take a bar.
We'll take care of all
Just
that.
quick. Sorry, just a quick one out of character. Xandro, we're gonna split the money that Harbin gave us. Are we?
Yes. We're splitting it like 4 ways this time, so we get 20 each. Hooray!
25.
Yeah, out of character. However
Uh,
you guys want to do that. If you want
Because
to, as far as
it's
like your
Because it was. Hang on. I thought it was 100 gold. I might be.
between 4 is 25, isn't it?
yeah,
How much are we getting paid?
I believe that one was 100. Let me double
Between
check.
4 of us.
25, 25,
Um,
25 is 100. Or 25 times 4 is
Yes,
100.
you're right. I was still dividing my 5.
Yeah.
Divide by 4 is 25 each. Hey, 5 more gold.
Hey.
Regarding sidekicks, again, just kind of out of character. If you guys want to, if it's easier for your own management of things, if you just want to divide the gold amongst the player characters, and then basically anytime the sidekicks have to pay for something, like you cover it for them, rather than like trying to deposit money onto their character sheet. It's however you guys want to do it.
If it divides evenly between us, then I'd say
Okay.
if it doesn't, like there's only 3 of us, 100 doesn't divide it into 3 very
Yeah, well,
easily.
we can,
Yeah. You could
we
do
can do
33, 33, and 34 if you wanted. I mean,
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
leaving it
mind.
entirely up to you guys. I just want
Yeah,
to.
we do 33, and then one person can have the 34.
Or 33, 33, 33, Donabella gets 1.
There
Yeah.
you go. Yeah.
That makes it easier.
So I was gonna say because it might be easier just to give yourselves all the gold and all the treasure that you find, and then whenever your sidekick has to pay for something, you can just pay for it on their behalf, kind of thing. I don't know if that would be simpler or not.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Having said that, so this person that I introduced, Inverna Nightbreeze, is her name,
Oh, she becomes a companion.
Oh,
And-
cool.
Oh, she does.
I'm
I'm-
offering.
I'm offering Donabella to anybody else. I love this person.
I'm offering.
I mean, if someone wants her, go for it. But
these
I'm
are not Pokemon cards, guys.
Well, I
They're
do
not,
want to
but-
say that I came up with this just I want to give Oz first dibs because
Oh yeah.
because he mentioned that he would like to have a sidekick, so I brought this sidekick in specifically for him. So if I would like to give him first dibs. If he would rather have Donabella, and you guys can do a wife swap.
It's up to you, man.
I'll just take her. Make it easy
Alright.
for me.
So I'm gonna edit that sheet, and I'm gonna give you control of it. And pretty much the way we've been doing sidekicks is that you control all their battle actions, decide what they're going to do in battle and all that kind of thing. And then, like when it comes to like role playing, if it makes sense, like I was doing with Donabella, I'll speak on their behalf. That seems to work the best.
Yeah.
That way,
Is
you're
she-
not having conversations with yourself.
Cool. And is she already leveled up?
Yeah, so, and I just gave you control of the sheet, so you should be able to see it in your sheets now.
Awesome.
And I think I completely did the sheet. Like I filled out everything, hopefully,
Oh, brilliant.
including personality traits, ideals, and all her, like she has second wind, improved critical,
Okay.
all that stuff. So it should all be set. But going forward, like when she reaches level 5 and all that, you got to sort that out.
Oh, this is cool. Yeah.
Yeah, in some sense, it's almost like in combat sense, you'll have like 2 attacks basically. So you'll attack on your behalf, and then you'll attack on her behalf. That's just the
Even
way we've been
better.
doing sidekicks because to be honest, the essentials kit, the rules for sidekicks are scant, extremely scant. It's like a paragraph, not even a paragraph. It's like 2 sentences. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it was pretty disappointing from what I read.
Yeah, I was really disappointed because they hyped it up so much at D&D, the thing they did back in May, and I thought they were gonna have like a whole page on sidekicks, and it's just like literally 2 sentences. But anyway, so all that out of the way, let's jump back in. So she's basically telling you guys like she just wants to get going right now. So, but if you guys want to stay the night at the inn, head out in the morning.
I would like to get a long rest so I can swap out my spells.
Okay, I'll let you guys talk about that amongst yourselves.
Oh, I want to take some alcohol with me.
Okay.
Just like just a small amount.
Just trick yourself to sleep.
Yeah, if it's a pretty small amount, you can probably just go to Toblin and get get an ale or
Insane.
whatever you want and pour it into a flask or whatever.
Yeah, I'll just take some ale. I think it's. Can I take ale? Does he have any spirit?
Yeah, he's got wine, ale, and let me see what all he's got. Yeah, he's a fully stocked bartender.
Cool. I mean, it doesn't actually specify. It just says alcohol or distilled spirits. So I'll just take some of both, I guess.
Yeah, you can get ale by the gallon, by the mug, and you can get wine. You can get a pitcher of wine. You can get a bottle of wine, a bottle of fine wine, even. And
Oh,
and I'm gonna say that spirits and wine probably have about the same price, roughly.
cool. Yeah, I'm gonna just buy a bottle of spirit.
Okay, so yeah, like a what would it be? You know, what do they call those things? Like a fifth of spirits be about 3 silver.
Fifth. Okay. I'll just pay that.
Can't quite think of what that would translate to in terms of milliliters, but
How much? 3 silver. Yeah.
yeah.
Decent.
All right. So yeah, Donnabella's just kind of looking around at you guys, and she's like, "Yeah, are we heading out, or what are we doing?"
Oh. Yep. As much as I would like to go now, um, I need to sort of realign my connection with my higher powers before I'm able to do much more.
And I imagine, like, as you say that, she yawns. She's like, "Yeah," and she looks at her hands, and they're kind of very dirty, and she's road weary from having been on the road for a day and a half. So she's like, "Yeah, I suppose a long night's rest in a bed that the more I think about it, the more that sounds like a great idea." And she actually just kind of dismisses herself from the table and goes to a room.
So that was in Verna who's gone. Or Donabella.
That was in Verna, or rather Donabella. She's got the unicorn hat. And actually, now that I think about it, I need to set up this token so that you can have control of it. Because I don't think I've done that yet. Nope, have not.
Oh, yay.
Okay.
Okay. I suppose we can, if you guys need to rest up, we can do that.
All right. I guess if it's all the same to you guys, we can just fast forward through the night, say that you guys got your long rest, and
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
so
Sleepy time.
cock-a-doodle-doo, sun comes up, and yeah, everybody rested up, and I imagine you feel a little better. I think Donabella would feel a little better having brought like closure to this thing with Quinn, having buried him and had a proper ceremony. I think that actually does do something for people mentally. Bringing proper closure to everything, and I imagine through sometime in the evening or in the morning she'll have washed off all the dirt and washed off her face and feels a bit of resurgence, having a new challenge, a new goal in front of her, and waking up facing the world with the purpose. For the rest of you all, I have no idea.
Yeah, set. We'll wake up and do morning rituals like usual. Um, except this time around, he gets it over with much quicker than usual. Like usually he takes like a good 20 minutes to do his rituals, but today he just maybe spends 5 minutes.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say at Verna, especially being an elf, she is literally just at the door. Is like she's already been at the door for like 2 hours before you all get up. She's just out there basically meditating, just waiting to get on with the show.
Yeah.
because she's just
Also, I
super
kind
pumped.
of realized this is an elf heavy party.
Yeah, what are there?
Elf
3 elves
party!
now?
Hey, 20 years and old.
We're all Legolas now.
Donnabella's got the pointy hat. Okay, so who rolled the last d20? I think it was Sept.
Okay. So
So
that mean
Oh, it's all up to you.
ooh,
and the dragon descends down from the sky and lands on Phandalin. No, I'm just kidding. No, you're good.
Oh my god.
I'm kind of hoping at some point that does happen, but it didn't happen this time.
yeah, that was just not now. We need to get the treasure dragon.
Yeah, can you not?
Yeah. All right,
We'll
so
be back in a jiffy.
we'll go a few more minutes here because I know that Sep's gonna have to take a few minutes here.
I have like 13 minutes.
Okay, so we'll probably just do the travel bit here. Let me bring up this thing here. 1 second. While that's loading, I'll just open the book. I'm pretty sure the travel is uneventful, but it's 35 miles west of Phandalin. Let me put you guys back out onto the overworld. And that location that Inverna had marked is, again, it's about right there. So it will take you, like, if you leave first thing in the morning, it's going to take you the entire day to get there. And that's if you travel fast, like with purpose. Otherwise, you can take a little bit more casual stroll, stop a little while before you get there, and take a rest, and then just travel the last little bit in the morning. It's up to you guys.
I don't mind.
I'm having to do it as fast as possible.
Yeah, we could go. We can check it out in the evening, in the night.
Yeah, we can't rush if everybody
Under
wants
the
to.
cover of the dark.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you guys travel with purpose, quickly, as quickly as your legs can carry you without, being absolutely ridiculous about it. And you leave good and early that morning, so you do manage to travel the entire 35 miles, and you arrive, like it's quite late by the time you get there. And the trip is uneventful, but it's the weather kind of sucks. It's stormy and a little cool, and you guys, especially maybe Donabella, might be a little unhappy with the weather conditions, but otherwise you do manage to get there. And let me switch you over here. We'll do this little bit and then we'll take a break. You arrive at this location.
Wow.
So below the high cliff that hugs the coastline, an outcropping of rock is nearly surrounded by water, with only a narrow causeway connecting it to the beach below. Atop this outcropping is a stone building surmounted by a lighthouse tower. An eerie green light pulses from this beacon, shining westward out to sea. With each green pulse of light, you hear the thump of a slow beating heart. Thump, 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 thump.
That's not suspicious at all.
How big is this crab?
Yeah, I was about to say. I doubt that's actually there, but
Yeah, no, it's actually
it seems
there.
like
It is
Oh
there.
fuck.
It is
I mean,
there.
is it hostile or is it just like a chill giant crab?
Well, let me ask you
Is it
this.
alive?
Do you guys, since you have to go to your dinner, do you want to hold it right here and we'll come back at this point? Or do you got a few more minutes?
I have like another 9 minutes. If you like, yeah, we can we can honestly like play till like 5:15 probably.
All right, well,
Luxury's open for like an hour.
all right. Well, I don't want to cut you short of getting a hot dinner, so just let me know. Give me like a couple minute warning when you got to go.
All right, yeah, that's fine.
So technically, you guys are actually up on the cliff top, and
So
you
we're here.
Up here.
Yeah, technically you're up here. I placed your tokens a little too far down, I guess. So yeah, let me just bring you guys up here.
That's it, Donabella.
I'll make her take the lead. She knows where she's going.
So as you're looking around, oh my bad. I for some reason I thought you had to make a climb challenge to get down, but my bad, you don't. So you can just go down those cliff tops, but the point is once you get down there, you obviously see this giant freaking crab, and as you look over that way, it almost looks like it's waving to you, like however a crab might wave. It's like weirdly like waving to you or something.
Can I insight check this crab?
I'm middle finger the crab.
I'm gonna say you can. So whoever is curious about this, in fact, you can all just do a DC 13 Wisdom animal handling check.
Animal handling.
Animal handling.
Animal handling.
Oh, that'll be a
It's a
W16
wisdom.
then.
Animal handling. Where's the oh dear?
It's under Wisdom.
14.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Oh dear.
Donabella, you can do it as well.
Oh, I'll do it for. What's her name?
Wow. Donabella.
He knows a lot about her crabs.
Wow.
All right.
So,
everybody-
Fucking NPCs are better than us, for fuck's sake.
wow. I know. She's just pretty good.
So basically everybody but Oz, you see this crab and you recognize it as being a friendly gesture. But Oz, you look at it and you don't know anything. You're just like, what?
Hey guys, watch out! There's a giant crab.
I'm curious now.
I think it's fine. I take back my middle finger.
And
I wave towards the crab.
yeah, the crab doesn't appear interested in getting off the beach, but he's still like, you recognize that friendly, like, come here thing at this point. Especially Sept and forgot her name, Inverna, with those super high checks.
Yeah, I just look at the party and I say, well, worst things worse, we can have a nice dinner tonight.
Yum. Never. Well, actually, I had a lot of crap.
I prefer lobster though. But go on then.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
Seb is just gonna
That's
slide down the
Osmo.
hill.
Sorry, that's Osmeril talking, not me.
Yeah, I don't think you have any problem getting down that hill. No.
Yeah,
And I slowly approach the crab.
Inverness, he's gonna follow, and so is ours.
I'm staying up here. Donabella can do what she wants.
Inverness.
So, who's approaching the crab?
I
Inverness
will.
and Osmeril.
Okay. So, believe it or not, as you get up within, speaking distance basically of this crab, it talks to you. And it says, well met.
Damn, I was hoping for a Jamaican accent, but I say, all right. I know you're probably a druid, so you can get out of that crab form now.
Oh, well, no need for that. What are you guys doing here? I don't see too many people coming around this way. At least not anybody that's not on a ship.
Oh, we're gonna go for a swim.
Are you sure about that? There are sharks in these waters, but the one you're gonna fear the most is this big old brute named Daggermaw. She'll bite your head off and take pleasure in it.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Is that from personal experience?
Well, sharks don't bother me so much, but I've seen them swimming about out there, and you see them shipwrecks every now and then, and there's more than one of them sharks, but there's one of them that leads the pack named Daggermaw, and yeah, she will just not think twice.
Well, luckily our business is not in the ocean directly.
You also have to be careful up there on the on that rocky outcropping. I've seen some harpies flying around up there. There's a nest.
Oh, harpies, you say?
Yeah, evil.
Never got a chance to see one of those up close before.
Is there anything else we gotta watch out for?
Uh, I mean, there's 5 shipwrecks back there behind the spread out back there behind the lighthouse. If you do me a favor, I can swim out there and I can get something for you.
Okay, what's the favor?
Well, one second.
Oi, are you guys actually talking to that crab? I'm gonna
I
shut
don't
down.
think it's actually a crab.
What? No, it's. I can see.
It's a druid, a demigod, a crab that has been given sapience for some reason, or some other number of magical beings.
Did you mention that we might have it for?
Oh, sorry, I can't hear you. They're sand in my ears.
So the crab says,
Right.
"Yeah, there's this spirit stuck in the cave over there, and with its little crabby hand, it kind of points like in like this direction, sort of this direction. So her name is Merle or Muriel, and she haunts that cave over there, and her spirit needs to be laid to rest. If you can, yeah, if you can help her out, I can swim out to the shipwrecks and I can get you something."
Is this Merle someone you knew?
I just know that she's this haunted spirit and doesn't deserve to be trapped in that cave. You know, this is my home, and I feel bad knowing that there's spirits locked in this place. Nobody should be here that doesn't want to be here. I want to be here. I love this place, but nobody should be here that doesn't want to be here.
Well, I haven't had a chance to exercise the spirit in a long, long time.
Now, is that something you're
It
good
sounds
at?
like a.
Can you make it worth our while? Because I mean, there's quite a few of us, so we'll definitely do this. It'll be definitely worth our while.
I mean, like I said, I can get you something really good out there. But, I mean, I can't be swimming back and forth all night. You guys might be able to go out there. Also, I don't know how good you are at swimming, but at the very least, I will. If you can help me out with this trap spirit, I can promise you something good. I can't get into the specifics until I get out there and look through the wreckage, but there's a lot of ships that have wrecked up against this lighthouse.
Okay, I'm okay with it if you guys are. Except,
Alright. Sounds like a fair deal to me.
yeah. What do we call you, Mr. Crab?
Mr. Crab works
Yes.
for me.
Hell
Oh,
yes.
Mr. Crab. Okay, we'll see you shortly, Mr. Crab, while we take care of Mariel.
Now, why does that remind me of a series of children's books?
All right.
Oh, wasn't that Mr. Fox? Oh, sorry. Yeah.
No, I
As I
think
say-
it involved some other weird. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was a fox, and he was really fantastic.
Oh. Ow.
I don't know. You know, I haven't read any of those books since I was a small child because the government burned them all, but we shall see.
Oh well.
All right. Well, with that, why don't we go ahead and take our break here at the probably
Yeah.
the halfway mark, so you can go get your dinner, and I'm gonna read through this section
Yeah.
again.